Hi, everyone. Welcome to Your Leadership Legacy. My name is Tina Paulus-Krause, and I'm super excited to have a dear friend and an amazing colleague with us today, Angelina Kardash. Hey, Angelina, how are you?
Hi, Tina. I'm doing wonderful. How are you? Thanks for having me here.
Yes, absolutely. I'm so thrilled that you are here. So let me tell people a little bit about you, and then I have all kinds of fun, juicy questions for you. So
Awesome.
Angelina Kardash is actually an ex-Silicon Valley executive, a wellness thriver. There's all kinds of things that I could say, right? But really, for you, you're a recovering thriver who went from an incurable autoimmune disease to really being a wellness coach and an entrepreneur and all the stuff that we're going to talk about today. So I want to welcome you to the show, and I can't wait to share your story with people. It's going to be
I'm
amazing.
so excited to be here, Tina. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us a little bit about, where it is that you got started. How did you get from where you were to where you are today? Tell us a little bit about your story.
Wow. Okay. So
Yeah.
let me take you back to the moment that changed everything for me. Okay. It was right after my daughter was born in 2016, my youngest daughter. And just when I thought that life couldn't be any more magical, right? Giving a birth again at age 42, bum. I was hit with this diagnosis, incurable liver autoimmune disease. And I remember sitting in my car after hearing that news, completely frozen and completely powerless. But you know what? That right moment in the depth of my fear, I just made a decision deep with my soul. And I just knew that there is a way forward for me. Okay. I was super scared, but I just knew that God just gave me it and I need to break through. So,
Right.
and I mean, like, when you know that you refuse to accept that something happening to you, right? So, and
Yes.
I just knew that, okay, so there is a path and I'm going to find it. So for the next 8 years, I really went on a journey of reclaiming my health. And what I did, I dove into the research. I really was soaking everything I could find around about how stress, toxin, inflammation, really affect our well-being. And
Mm.
I consulted with so many experts. I dove into the holistic health. I even went to the holistic school. And you know what?
Beautiful.
It worked. And once I
Yeah.
got my health back on track, I decided to pay it forward and I hosted the Achieve Optimum Health Summit. So I believe that was 2018. And I had this incredible opportunity to interview some of the big, like top celebrities, doctors in the field of holistic health.
Mm.
And can you believe that these doctors who I truly admired, that I learned from a lot, right? So they not only agreed to be on my show, they were sharing my story with their audience. I couldn't believe that. And then once I shared my story, so this is where this transformation started to happen, that people started to reach out, asking questions, seeking answer, just being inspired by my journey. And that was a moment that I realized that, this is my true calling. Okay. And I
Mm.
made a leap and I just decided to change careers. And let me tell you, it's been the best decision I've ever made. Every day I get to witness this amazing transformation in people's life when
Mhm.
they follow the journey, when they reclaim their health, when they reclaim their vitality. It's so amazing to see them thrive. And the best part, they keep coming back for me, just, hungry for more, eager to learn more. Because I mean, they know that, like life is just amazing. It's so magical, and they can get more results as they learn more about how to live this, vital life.
Right.
So like, my journey was really with all of those ups and downs, right? But I would not trade it to anything in the world. And because that was my true calling, and I discovered my purpose. And I mean, just my true purpose is really to inspire, educate, and to empower busy people just like me, because I come from corporate background, as you know,
Sure.
to control of their health and live their best life. And I'm truly grateful to God for giving me this journey, this opportunity for my existence. And this is how I became basically the wellness coach and mentor for busy professionals.
Yeah, it's an inspiring story. It's so inspiring. I always love to hear these stories because there's this point of like I'm living in this suffering, right? I'm choosing to live in this suffering. And then what I heard you say is you made a choice to be like, no, I know that there's more to this. No, I know that there's another way, that there's more out of this. And like you literally created it along the way. So talk to us about the process what that looks like, because there's so many people out there that I run into that are just stuck, and they stay stuck because they don't know how to like move out of it. So talk about how you moved, that moment when you moved out of it and started creating a process to actually accomplish what you accomplished.
Yeah, yeah. So again, I spent a time in Silicon Valley. I spent like 25 years in Valley, and I was always involved in creating products, for startups and large corporation. And that experience just inspired me as I went through my journey of learning all the tools, all the modalities. So like my corporate experience inspired me to develop my own wellness product, incorporating like everything, all the modalities that saved my life and that I now teach my clients. And I created this 7-step process, and it really encompasses the core pillars of cellular health. This is what I teach in my programs. It's about optimizing what you are eating, what you're drinking, what you're supplementing yourself with, how you're cleansing yourself from toxins. What are your thoughts, right? How you rest, how you manage stress, how you move. Because everything affects, like your lifestyle affects the way that you live your life, the way that your health is. And I'm going to talk about about that. I teach about that in the course. Like we talk about epigenetics, right? So I mean, this how this is something that sits on top of your DNA, and it completely changes the expression of your genes. And this is truly magical to see how all of that really impacts our health. So again, I mean, we need to live the lifestyle and not just dieting, right? So, and like creating consistency and motivations are also biggest setback for people. So the same methodology I use in my personal life every day, I bring to my coaching, helping people to like really transform their lives and to become the best version of themselves. And so they can live, I call it like living this vital, sexy life. And so this is my method. I mean, just really kind of encompassing everything that I do in my personal life.
Yeah, vital, sexy life. I love that. So what does it look like when I'm living a vital, sexy life?
Yeah. I mean, you are just thriving. Okay, you wake up in the morning. You're full of energy. You jumped out of bed, right? So you are so productive. You're so efficient. You're just so ready to tackle the world. Because I know. I mean, I've been there. I worked 24/7, in my corporate years, right? So
Mhm.
like when I'll just, I want to take you a little bit back to my corporate time, because it really shows, because I know like how busy professionals, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're a corporate professional, how you feel.
Yep.
Like imagine I was like 35 years old, and I was head of a big IT department with engineers distributed all over the globe. And even though my job was really cool, things started to get really tough. And sometimes I was like drowning in stress, like working late nights with teams in the different time zones. And when what I did on the weekends, I really didn't know else how to relax, but I was hitting the nightclubs and like Burning Man parties in San Francisco. I was, like a young, right? So, and
Yeah.
again, I just didn't know how to handle all this pressure. And being a single mom at that time with no family around me made it like really hard. So it's like my job ate all the time, leaving me with no energy at all. And I was lost. And like, have you ever felt like you having all those emotions all over the place and just stress pulling in each day? Have you ever felt this way?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Often.
yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
promoter.
Yes, yeah, just like
Right?
me.
Yeah.
Right. So, and it felt like it's a roller coaster with no brakes. And again, I mean, that was my solution to cope with all of that. So I, leaned on cigarettes. I was taking painkillers for my fibromyalgia pain, and I drink once in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did I pay attention to warning signs? I didn't. because I lacked this self-awareness. I just didn't know how to listen to my body, how to connect with myself. I understood that there is something new because I've had all those myriad of symptoms, right? So I mean, I went to from doctor to doctor. No one knew what is that. So this is why they diagnosed with fibromyalgia. But again,
Sure.
even though I knew that I have all these symptoms, I kept pushing my limits
Yep.
until I was
We're
diagnosed.
programmed, right? Like it's a program. We're supposed to do that. Like, aren't you supposed to work
Right.
hard? Aren't you supposed to go out and put all of it into? And so what I hear you saying is learning how to self-care, learning how to prioritize your own self-care. So talk to us about what that looked like, both personally and professionally, when
Yes.
it was like, oh, this is about my self-care.
Oh, that's a great question. I love this question. Um, like diving back into my story, like self-care has it became a truly game changer for me. It's not just, and for me, like when we hear it, self-care, for some people it's a buzzword. Oh, okay, self-care. I mean, it's for me, it's not like that. It's like it's became part of my lifestyle. And it's all about those intentional actions that I take every single day to keep my physical, mental, and emotional health in check. It's really about making myself a priority, regardless of all the chaos in my
Yeah.
entrepreneurial life. Okay.
Yeah. Cause it's
So
noisy out there, right?
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And I make sure that I get enough sleep, that I fuel my body with healthy food. I read my scriptures in the morning, I'm staying active, okay? And all these simple, powerful actions really, really transform my life. Okay, so like when I used to wake up like really tired, and it doesn't matter how many hours did I sleep, right? So but now it's for me like, oh my gosh, I mean, I jump out of the bed, right? So and i'm
Yeah.
i'm so like so ready to tackle whatever. So especially when I became the entrepreneur, right? So without the self-care, it's impossible to do. It's you're just discovering this level of vitality and resilience that comes with the self-care. And I'm going to tell you, like one more thing, like in my 20s, like even 30s, I focused, when I was thinking about the self-care, I focused, on things that really enhance my appearance, like my hair, my makeup, like my manicure.
Gotta go get my nails done.
Right. I'm not saying it's not, it's super important. We're women. We
Yeah.
want to look, our best.
Yeah.
But I mean, now I prioritize like really my daily habits because everything else is just coming. It's like a package, right? Because I
Mhm.
mean, when you feel good, then I mean, you can, you can dress up in the morning and you can,
Yeah.
put your makeup every morning, even you work from home. So it just gives you more motivation, right? So I mean, it's all about like feeling good. And I'm always I love talking about the famous people. I don't know, and I'm going to ask you a question just in a sec, but my
Yeah.
famous my favorite person is Jennifer Lopez on Angelo, because I mean she's in her 50s, right? So I mean she's just like kind of this model, right, for me. So she's in her 50s, she's thriving, she's incredible performer, right? I mean she has amazing productivity. Look how she moves on stages, right? It's just it's
Yeah.
amazing. And
Yep.
why she is able to do that? Because she's caring for herself. Okay.
Yep.
So
Yep.
who is your favorite person that you can talk about, like who does?
Anymore, it's like either Beyonce or Pink.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
both of them are amazing
yeah.
like that. Same thing,
Oh,
right? Like just
yeah.
living their best life no matter what their age is.
Yeah. And like for example, look at Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
He's like 60.
Yeah.
What I mean, the tricks that he performs and
Yeah.
right? I
All
mean,
is
he
on.
does
Yeah.
everything by himself. It's just amazing.
Right.
And
Right.
it's a lifestyle. It's a lot of work. But it became
Mhm.
part of the lifestyle that you start to enjoy it. It's not work
Yeah.
anymore. Once you build it, once it become part of your lifestyle, that's imprinted.
Yeah, absolutely. So if I'm listening to this and I'm like, well, it sounds good. I wake up tired. I don't have any energy in the day. Like if I'm feeling some of those things that you've talked about, what are
Yeah.
some of the things, what's the first thing I can do? Well, give me some tips on how I get from where I'm at now to like
Sure.
where you're at. Cause
Yeah.
your energy is contagious, Angelina. Like I can
Oh,
see it. I can feel it. Like I know that you live this. And so how do I start? How do I even begin?
yeah. So the very first tip that I can give to you, Tina, is when you wake up in the morning, go outside and just look at the sun. We call it sun gazing. And why
Love
we
it.
do that? Because we have in our eye retina, it's a receptor, it's called melanopsin. And when
Okay.
it basically absorbing the, the rays, the sun rays, so it's boosting your like uplifting hormones, right? Like a dopamine, right? So, and you just feel amazing. It's a scientific tool. So, I mean, the first
Yeah.
thing what I do, I go outside and I look at the sun for 5 minutes. It gives you so much energy. Another thing, what really I do when I wake up and I move. So, I mean, and actually when I go outside, I mean, I may read scriptures,
Mhm.
just looking, being at the sun. If there is a clouds around you, so just, just look, directly, just need to retain it for a little bit of longer time, like 10 minutes, but 5 minutes, if it's just, really great sun, it's enough. And again, I
Right.
mean, it's earlier you do that during the sunrise, the better, right? You still need to this, solar angle, right? The next thing is movement. So move,
Mhm.
do whatever is out, dance, go outside, maybe, like a walk around, move. That
Yeah.
also creates, cold shower. That's another thing. I mean, that's, kind of the cold and hot, temperature release that also releasing all this, good hormones. So again, I mean, like sun gazing, movement, right? So cold shower. I mean, I do cold plunges in the morning. So that's totally, when you get
Awesome.
out those cold plunge, you're like feeling like you're a
Yeah.
superstar. You're
Like,
just,
let's
oh,
go.
yes, oh, let's tackle
Yeah.
this. So, I mean, this is so amazing. And of course, I mean, the nourishment in the morning, right? So, I mean, I drink my green juice in the morning, and then, I have like, after I go to gym, so I have my nourished breakfast. So like really healthy. So this is what keeps us going. So that it could be like a very simple routine, 15
Yeah.
minutes. Because when people, say like, oh my God, I don't have time, I'm so busy. Do you have like, and I always ask, people, so out of the 24 hours of day, how much time do you have for yourself? And if people tell me I don't have time, okay, sorry, I can't help you. But
Yeah. You
if you
get to
say that
create
I
it.
have like 5 minutes, okay, you're in good. I mean, you can do it. You can
Yeah.
do it. This is what it takes, Tina. 5 minutes
Yeah.
there, 5 minutes there, 5 minutes there.
Yeah. What I hear you saying is intention, right? Like intentional self-care. There's no blame around it. There's no shame around it. Because I mean, that's some of the programming too. Like self-care is selfish, like all those stories that happen. But no, it can be as simple as just putting a stake in the sand and saying, no, this is what I'm going to start doing. And those slow habits
Yeah.
build up over time. That's
Yes.
amazing. And I want to ask you about the legacy, right? Because the show is called Your Leadership Legacy, and like the legacy that you're creating is incredible. So talk to us about the legacy that you're creating, because it really is cool.
Oh, what a question. Oh, I'm so excited to talk about that. Yes. Okay. Legacy. Okay, so basically, you are not only creating the legacy for yourself, your health, right? So I mean, but you're creating the legacy for your family. And here's why. Let me just explain. Let me just explore a little bit about that. So, like, how people always think that if we got a certain gene, so like we're predisposed, to some diseases,
Oh,
right? So,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So, but
totally.
here's a secret. We totally can change that. And again, I mean, I a little bit touched about, epigenetics. This is what I teach, like epigenetics. So once we start changing our lifestyle, right? So we are changing the expression of our genes. So it's not necessarily that, we're gonna get it. And this is actually proven that if you keep, because I recovered from my incurable, my doctor told me I have an incurable autoimmune disease, you will need a liver transplant. Okay. I didn't believe him.
Yeah.
So,
But
so
unfortunately, a lot of people do. This is the scary part. This is why it's so valuable. What you do is so valuable because some people do believe that.
yeah,
So, what advice do you give
you
them
have
when
a
they get,
power. Yes, but this is the thing. You have a power. You have a power to really change your blueprint, to really set your health blueprint. And what you do, you also do it for your future generation because you're kind of, this person who takes the step. Because if you look at your parents, how they live and what diseases they have and how they are in their golden ages, if you still have parents alive, my parents not alive anymore. I mean, my mom died from pancreatic cancer at age 59. Very young, very
yeah,
young. So
yeah,
So, but for people who are lucky to have parents alive, right? So we can see, okay, so my parents, they struggle, right? So what are the symptoms? What are the diseases? What are the health conditions they have? Just think about that. If I can like have the power to change it for myself, I have the power to change it for my kids because they will adopt my lifestyle. They're not adopting my genes, they're adopting my lifestyle. Once I got it into my head and how,
Yeah.
I created this in my family. Oh my gosh, I mean, I feel so powerful right now that, and my kids, I mean, I
Yeah.
see how this environment influenced them, how they speak to their to their friends. I mean, I listened to
Yeah.
the conversation of my 8 years old daughter. I mean, how she talks. I mean, it's just amazing. I say, yes, okay, I got
Yeah.
it.
I love
So
that. It should be a t-shirt. You don't adopt my genes, you adopt my lifestyle. Like that's a mic drop moment, Angelina,
yeah,
right? They adopt, they watch, they adopt our lifestyle.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. So where can people find you?
Oh, yes. So I want to talk about the masterclass that I'm teaching this Saturday because that's an amazing opportunity just, to come and party with me. It's a free masterclass. It's about empowering you to blueprint your own super fun, vital, sexy life, breaking free
Mm,
from all those limiting beliefs that may have held you back in the past. And just picture this. You're gonna, wake up early in the morning full of energy, rocking your dream body and totally pumped up for the day ahead. So, and this is all possible in like less than 90 days. And I'm gonna show you how. So, like if you're ready to become, the next version of yourself, to become the vital sexy you. So come party with me on Saturday, April 13th at 10 a.m. And I'm gonna also have like two amazing guests. One is the celebrity. She's a celebrity. She was on a billboard, across the United States, like in Times Square. She's a celebrity functional MD. Okay. So she's going to come and, teach you guys and answer the questions. And another, super amazing person. She's, she's like top speaker. She speaks. I mean, she's a queen of stages. So she's going to come and also, to talk about the mindset. So come join us for the party, 4 hours, just, bring your, your green juice, green tea, coffee, whatever you drink, wear your pajamas and just have fun because
mm,
you will learn how to blueprint, this, health for yourself. So how to become the vital, sexy you.
beautiful, beautiful. Yes, run there. We will definitely put the link in all the stuff that's here. So if you're listening to this, just search the link. It'll definitely be there. So I want to thank you, Angelina, for being on today. I think you're amazing. I know I've supported you in a couple of different ways, and every time I hear you speak and talk and tell your story, it warms my heart because you're just so amazing and so powerful. So I urge people to run to that masterclass because I guarantee you, I've been in it, you'll learn a ton of things. So thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me, Tina.
Absolutely. All right, everyone. That is this episode of Your Leadership Legacy. We will see you next time. Bye.